before we start this video, if I get 300 views on my short film, The Interview, by the end of this week, I will do something. I don't know. I don't know what it's going to be, but I'll just do something. And with that said, let's talk about Fallout, the TV show. Actually, I'm really excited to do this because it gives me an opportunity to talk about Fallout because for those of you guys that don't know, I'm also a gamer. I'm a pretty big gamer. I just don't talk about it much on the channel just because, when I play a video game, I usually don't want to record myself doing it. I kind of just, relax. And I've already ruined movies for myself, so I'll be damned if I ruin games. No, I'm just kidding. But I love the Fallout series, like, a lot. Like, I love the Fallout series a lot. And what I've been doing with Fallout, the Amazon show particularly, is I've been watching it with my friends. Two of my childhood friends, because we all kind of grew up on Fallout 3 and New Vegas and Oblivion and Skyrim and stuff. So it's been a lot of fun. That's why I'm sort of late to the party, because we've been watching them, kind of not necessarily weekly, but we've been watching them on the weekends. And this is just going to be sort of a casual video talking about Fallout and just sort of my thoughts on it and where it can sort of lead this series. I'm very excited about it. I'm very excited about what can come from. What can come from this. So I think, like most people, when they first saw the Fallout the behind the scenes photos, I think people were very wary about it, and I guess rightfully so. I mean, admittedly, when I first saw the behind the scenes photos for Fallout, I was a little bit cautious as well. I saw it and I was like, okay, well, we shall see. We shall see. We'll see what tone that they go for, and we'll see exactly how, it's executed. And then when I saw the trailers, I actually sort of felt better about it. Like, I didn't watch all the trailers or all the spots or whatever, but my faith in Fallout was sort of renewed, at least with the TV show. And I'm going to be completely honest, the Fallout TV show is probably my favorite piece of Fallout media right now at the moment that's out, besides like Fallout 3 and New Vegas. Because, look, Fallout 76... I don't like that at all. I've tried to play it, and I just can't do it. I don't like Fallout 76 whatsoever. And Fallout 4 is it's a great game. Fallout 4 is a great game. It's just not a good Fallout game, in my opinion, although I'm not the only one that thinks that. So with Fallout, the TV show, I was excited because what this is going to do is it's going to do what the Last of Us TV show was able to do. Is it's going to be able to get people that's never been into the Fallout series, that's never been, a part or verse into the Fallout lore. It's going to give them a chance to get involved. And that was one thing that I was very excited about. And that's something that very much so did happen with the Fallout TV show, because I think it's already gotten 65 million viewers. That's a lot. Like, that is a lot of people. And I would argue that Fallout has probably never been this popular before. Like, ever. And long story short, I think the Fallout TV show was great. I enjoyed it. I thought it was good. I thought the cast was pretty, especially Walton Goggins. He is just, I love him so much. I mean, everything that he's in. Hold up, this is a little embarrassing. I got to pull up some more actors. I know the lead actress's name, but I feel like I'm just going to get it wrong. Like, I have a name that I want to say, and I know I'm not going to say it. Ella Purnell. Yeah, I wasn't about to say that at all. And then Aaron Clifton Moten, Kyle MacLachlan. Now that's the big one right there. That is the big one. Twin Peaks, David Lynch, Blue Velvet. Yeah, he's great in this, and overall, it's great. I liked it. I thought that it is a good, well-rounded show. I think obviously with anything, there's room for improvements, but I enjoyed it for the most part. We had a lot of fun. And again, I think, so one thing, and I'm not going to spoil anything, but I had heard things about the lore for Fallout and that they had changed some things. And I was a little bit nervous about that at first. But look, it's set after the games. It's set like 15 years after New Vegas and then 10 years after Fallout 4, something like that. It's something like that. And I'm cool with some of the decisions that they made in it. I'm cool with it because that's fine. I mean, it is fine. It's better than what Elder Scrolls does, where 200 years will pass in the game, and then there's been all of this stuff that's happened. There's been like 7 wars, 115 elections, a fucking meteors hit Tamriel, and everybody they have worms for feet, which I'm exaggerating, but that's sort of how the Elder Scrolls series works. It's nice to have something that's going to sort of bridge the gap in terms of lore between whatever happens, if that makes sense. Does that make sense? I hope it does. If you hear my kid, he's mad. He's mad as fuck. And I'm cool with whatever decisions that or whatever decisions they make, whatever lore that they change. There's one specifically that is pretty intense. I'm not gonna lie, it's a pretty big change. And while I was watching it, I was like, this is cool. Like, it's really cool. I'm down with it. But I can understand why 90% of the Fallout community would be pretty pissed off, or the people that invented the damn thing. But you know, it's what happens. It is what it is. Overall, the Fallout show is fantastic. I hope, and I have said this about TV shows, I feel like TV shows are usually 5 and done when it comes to seasons. I know some people might disagree with that, but truthfully, I think if you can get a TV show to 5 seasons without destroying it, by all means. But like Breaking Bad, if you look even at like Supernatural, I mean, yeah, there's some good seasons after 5, but really the pinnacle of that show was up to like season 5. The Walking Dead, I sort of tuned out after like the 4th season. And Sons of Anarchy is kind of the rare exception. It was like 7 seasons, but it was all pretty good. I feel like a TV show is pretty top notch when it hits about season 3, maybe stops at season 3, anywhere from 3 to 5 seasons. I really hope this does not go on to the point to where people hate it, because Fallout is on its game right now. It is doing so good to the point to where I think that this show has forced Bethesda and Microsoft into a corner where they kind of have no choice but to not neglect the franchise now, because that is most definitely what I felt like was going on with Fallout. I mean, Fallout 4 came out, what, almost 10 years ago? I know that there's a rumored Fallout 3 remastered in development. I would love for them to do New Vegas the same way, because New Vegas is really good as well. But I really do think that it's time for another studio to do a spin-off game for Fallout, kind of like New Vegas. Or I actually heard, well, I didn't hear rumblings. This is just like ideas that have been thrown out there. I think it's Larian Studios, the studio that did Baldur's Gate 3, which I like Baldur's Gate 3. I'm not like the biggest fan. Like, I like it. It's a great game. I've been playing it with my wife. But there's so many different things that they could do with Fallout. Like, they could literally do a Fallout game or a Baldur's Gate 3 style game just skinned like Fallout. If they did that, people would cry. People wouldn't even just cry. The world would blow up. Like, it would be Fallout in real life. Like real cat. No shit. So I think the Fallout series is looking bright. I think that this show has definitely forced the developers of, you know, whatever, into a corner. And I think that we're going to get more Fallout. It would kind of be ridiculous if we didn't get some more Fallout. Like, if they didn't start putting stuff into development, because 65 million viewers, that's insane. Like, to put that into perspective, if I had 65 million people in a building and I was to feed them, say I was to go to McDonald's or something, I would have to buy them 65 million Big Macs. Yeah, that's crazy. That's my logic on the whole thing. But I'm very happy with Fallout. I don't know how many times I'm going to keep saying that. Definitely give it a watch. Even if you're not a fan of the games, you might still like the show. It's a pretty well-rounded show. Like, I'm so glad that video game adaptations are sort of becoming good now, because it's great. It really is. And again, there's not a lot. I mean, not everybody plays video games. They don't. So it's nice for everybody to get to sort of be versed in the lore and to be able to be a part of this. But anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, leave a thumbs up and maybe subscribe. If you guys want to check out my Pasadena teaser trailer or trailer, definitely check it out down in the description below. Also, my short film, The Interview, definitely check that out. But anyway, guys, hope you're staying safe out there, and I'll see you guys next time.